So close in the last 3 seasons, runners-up. 22 years the wait has gone on. But now does it feel for Arsenal closer than ever?
Yeah, absolutely it does. I think the last 3 seasons, finishing second, not quite having the squad to maybe finish it off. But I think this season, more than anything else, and even the Manchester City game, I was saying to someone outside that the Man City game and the way we created chances in that, I think that the games that we've got remaining, we should be able to do it. But it's a beautiful, nerve-wracking kind of vibe I'm in at the moment. It feels good and it feels bad. Even watching City last night beating Brentford, I'm expecting Brentford to beat City. It's never going to happen. Stop watching it too. But the fact is, you know what I mean, it feels more than at any stage, Dave, that this might be the one. But we've got to finish this game. You heard everything's going on about West Ham. West Ham need to stay. They were dreadful against Brentford. They're going to have to put it right in front of their own fans. So we've got that to deal with.
Roy, how much do you feel hinges on this game here?
Yeah, you're thinking the real stumbling block now. You look at the other kind of couple of games they have, you think they should take care of that. This looks, on paper, the toughest game, particularly the West Ham situation, fighting for their lives on the back of their poor result last week. So, yeah, on paper, but of course, they've got to go out and do the business. I think if you're obviously in the Arsenal dressing room, their mindset, if they turn up and bring their A game, I think they will win the game. But if there's any slight lack of concentration or they're slower to the blocks, then West Ham, the situation they're in, will obviously cause them problems. But Arsenal in the driving seat, this is where you want to be with 3 games to go. They would have took that at the start of the season. It's in their hands. They've got the squad. They've got that confidence back. Obviously, they're in the flow. They've had a good week, obviously, with Europe as well. So they're very much in the driving seat.
How far would you go with it, Jamie? If they win here, do you think it's done?
I do. I think this is it. This is the match today. I think if you look at the 2 games, Burnley at home, Crystal Palace away with few days before a cup final or after a cup final.
No, they played it before, so they may well rest players for that final.
That's what I'm saying. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. But what is difficult today, as we all know, playing Upton Park or playing here is difficult. West Ham are fighting for their lives, so it doesn't make it any easier. But the form that they're in, the confidence, they will come here and start to believe it, you know, and they've had a really good week. And the fact of what happened on Monday night, when I'm sure they were watching that Everton game, hoping, you know, they go 1-0 down, thinking, right, who knows, what might happen here, and all of a sudden, the fact that it finished with a draw, I still think what it's done is given Arsenal the impetus to know we win 3 games, we win the title. Because before that, if they'd have won 3 games, that still might not have been good enough because of obviously goal difference. So they have got an incredible opportunity now. And like Wright says, I think with the confidence and the squad and everything that's going their way, I just think they're going to do it now.
Would you say, though, Ian, this is the game they have left with the most jeopardy on it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think that with the way they played against Brentford and the way Arsenal have kind of found form with players coming back with a little bit more technical ability about them. You know, you've got someone like Miles in the midfield, you've got Declan getting forward. Saka looks like he's back to the kind of form that we know that he's. This is a game that if you said you got West Ham as one of the games that you have to win to finish this off, because you've got Burnley, then Palace, who will probably be who will be happy whatever happens at the end of this season. What's going on with them? Fingers crossed they can win something. You take it. And so being in this position now, with all the mistakes that's been made up to this point for Arsenal, we've still got an opportunity to do it. So that's why I feel really confident now. If you gave us this, you'd take it. That's what you take this. This is a perfect situation for us.
And if they do get over the line, if they were to win the European Cup as well, are we talking about this team as legends then, Roy?
Yeah, but
Thierry said, what's it called?
The unforgettable.
Unforgettable. It's a great line.
Okay, but let's not get. Listen, let's not get a nickname.
Come on, let's have a little while. Let's
wait a second. Throw a nickname in. It would be amazing if they'd done that.
How childish is that? But anyway,
if they don't win it, what are they?
You know,
forgettables.
Bottlers.
Exactly.
Yeah, No, you got to focus on the game ahead. You can't get too carried away. I think other teams have done that previously. Maybe Arsenal have done it the last couple of years. But in terms of the squad, the last 2 or 3 years, I still never felt they had that strength and depth, that physicality, that mental strength to get over the line. But there's no doubt in my mind from the start of the season, the recruitment, the changes even in the background, new director of football coming in, etc. They have it. They have all the players, the strength and depth. And the sign of a really good team is what they've got on the bench and players even out of the squad. So they're in that driving position. But obviously don't make the mistake of looking at games in a couple of weeks. They're in the driving seat. Focus on this game. That's key. And if they get over the line here, it's a step closer to winning that title. But don't get too distracted by the games.
They're celebrating already out here, I think. I suppose the nice thing, Ian, or not, about that moniker the unforgettables. I suppose the point is if they don't get over the line, as Jamie says, what do we think of them then? Is the only way to be remembered by actually lifting this thing?
Yeah, ideally, I think that if they can lift this, and like you look at the games that they've got left, let's face it, they should do it with the squad that we've got. But in respects of like, the names and all that, this team could go down if they finish this season how we'd like it to finish, as probably the best in Arsenal's history with what they've done. I'd say what Mikel's done up to this point, what he's brought this team to become, and they're finally looking like they might get over the line. Yeah, you have to say that. I wouldn't think about what it's like if they don't do it. But the one thing I know that if they don't do it is that they'll be going again next season trying to do the both of them again. That's the main thing. We're in a place where I don't think we've been in the last few years with Arsenal, where it's now in our hands to completely finish it with 3 games to go.
They've got the strength of depth.
Without a doubt.
They've got all
This
the
one,
options.
would you be fair to say this one would hurt the most if you didn't do it?
They all hurt, Jane, because you always you think you're so
Jamie's bringing
close.
the negatives.
I'm not, because I'm an Arsenal.
No.
I'm just on about because you've got to this point now, and obviously the positivity is there, and that's how they have to embrace this now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Jane,
you've also got to remember you're playing against a side today that are fighting for their lives, because Tottenham have turned the screw on them a little bit, so they've got to compete. A point. Is that good enough? This is a game really where both teams needs to win, and that's why it's set up so beautifully.
Yeah, but if Arsenal are at their best, you just look at the table. West Ham will find it very difficult. If Arsenal turn up and go, it's going to be an easy game, then obviously they will come on.
City drop points here.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that that at this stage, and Roy will know, just like as well as anybody else, is that you can't come and take anyone for granted, especially because we've seen it happen. We've seen teams lose at this stage and then have to try and get it back. So Arsenal their mindset now will be one of finishing this off, because they've already done what they've done in respect of getting to the Champions League final. That's sitting ready. This is what they're focusing on.